This is the terrible towel. Every Steeler fan brings one to the game. Plain or fancy, any kind will do, because like the Miami Dolphins hankies, when waved in unison, they will disable the opponent and charge up the Steelers. You have a terrible towel bag? Is that what you have there?
Terrible towel bag.
Now,
terrible pom-pom bag. Terrible Steeler hat.
Now, you bring this to the game all the time with you?
Yes, I do.
Where'd you get the terrible towel from?
Terrible towel, my mother dug it out of our closet this morning.
Just for this ball game?
Just for this ball team. We had it retired the whole season, but now we have it on our Steeler Day.
Now, why did you have it retired for the whole season?
Because the terrible towel, you cannot use it too infrequently. You just have to wait for the right moment to use it.
Why is that?
Because the terrible towel has magnificent power.
Lynch Walk comes out with his towel and he goes down. And he gets down and that's it. Look out, Houston, because here we come. On the way down to Miami. Yes, sir.
The terrible towel waved long and often during the game, much to the disappointment of the biggest Oiler fan of all, Houston owner Bud Adams.
Go Oilers! Get a rush on! Get a rush on! Come on, Dan, let's get some offense going now. Defense now, Oilers. Looks like we had him, Danny. Didn't we have him at the line there?
As the clock wound down on Pittsburgh's 34-5 championship victory, Steelers Super Bowl madness took over. With the field in shambles, fans adjourned to local taverns to savor the AFC title and a Super Sunday date with Dallas.
Looks like we're going to have to beat every team in Texas. That's all there is to it. Steelers!
We'll meet you in Miami, Dallas. We'll meet you in Miami. Come on down, because we'll have you shaking in your boots. We'll have you shaking in your boots.
Houston. Good night, Houston. We're glad to see you go. Hey!
Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along to the Super Bowl.
Hey, we're going to Miami for the Super Bowl. We're going to be there. We're going to turn Dallas every which way.
You're going to take the terrible towel down there with you?
We'll have the terrible towels. That's what brought us to this thing.
Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along to the Super Bowl. Hey!
And this is the direct result of all that ballyhoo, the coveted Vince Lombardi Trophy awarded to the winner of Super Bowl XIII. You know, I wonder if Cowboy fans have anything to counter the terrible towel, like a doomsday dust cloth or something like that. Welcome now live to our Channel 4 Super Bowl Control Center. You know, I don't think they had terrible towels in Pittsburgh when Nick Buoniconti went up there with the Dolphins for the 1972 AFC title game. Right now, Nick is at the King's Wharf restaurant, high atop in the rooftop of the Marriott Hotel, live with Franco Harris. And Nick, I was with you in 1972, and I don't recall seeing those terrible towels, do you?
No, Tony, I don't. But one thing I do remember is number 32, Franco Harris, who I consider the greatest running back in the NFL today. Franco's our guest today. Franco, then they had the white hankies here in Miami and the blue and white pom-poms in Houston. What's a terrible towel mean to the Steelers?
Hey, that means something terrible for the Dallas Cowboys. That's what I see it. It's been a really great and inspiring thing for us and for the fans, because that's what really gets us going.
Well, you really do have the fans.
Yes, we do, and you really can tell a difference when they're on, and when they're off. I mean, like when the fans are turned on, there's nothing greater than that, and it's hard to beat the Pittsburgh fans for that sort of thing.
I think this year's Super Bowl has been the best already, simply because I think the players themselves have been more open at this Super Bowl than in any other one before. Thomas Henderson for the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, he's been great print. Jack Lambert's been great print. Does Thomas Henderson have any type of an effect on the Steeler ball club?
Well, I really don't think he does. I mean, I respect Tom for his playing ability. I know him some personally. I have been around him, and he's a likable guy. But besides that, I don't feel we're going to run the other way because Tom Henderson is on the right side or left side where our tight end is. But you know, he's not going to change our game plan. I'll put it that way.
He's just another linebacker out there trying to make a tackle, right?
Well, that's the way I have to look at it. I don't look at numbers or who's there. I just have to, you know, do what I do.
You know, Friday's practice, Franco, it was a real intense practice. I know that practices have been closed to the public, but something happened in that practice that is a little unusual for, I think, for a Super Bowl. The offense and the defense for the Pittsburgh Steelers really went after each other, and it became a full-scale scrimmage. And didn't they have to stop the practice somewhere midway through?
No, Nick, it didn't go that far. I mean, we definitely wouldn't let something like that happen the Friday before the big game. But we practice with intensity, and we have a lot of fun. As you might see, a lot of guys, get hit or guys fall on the ground, different things like that. But it's nothing more than what we're used to, and it's a sign of us getting ready, that's all.
I know one thing. I always had nightmares thinking about, really, how are you ever going to stop this Pittsburgh Steelers with Bradshaw throwing and Stallworth and Lynn Swann and number 32, Franco Harris, and Rocky Bleier in the backfield. But you have a great coach, Chuck Noll. But you know something about Chuck Noll that disturbs me a little bit, is that when they start talking about great coaches, Lombardi, Shula, and Landry, they don't talk about Noll. Is he that good a coach?
Yes, he is, and I think that'll come in time. I think people are still thinking about the Lombardis and Shulas and people like that. But before too long, as you said, they're going to put Noll in that category, but it just hasn't happened yet. I'm sure when people look at the 1970s, they'll say, wow, who was the greatest team? And in my opinion, in the 1970s, I see Pittsburgh really being dominating in there, and a lot of it has to reflect on our coach, Chuck Noll. He's done a fantastic job because we have good athletes, but beyond good athletes, you have to be prepared really well. And he is very dedicated, and he prepares us well. We've been out to our practices, like, you know, like we're loose. He lets us do what we want, just as long as we go out there and do our job on Sunday.
Franco, one last question, and really, it's the night before the Super Bowl. I've been there 3 times. I lost one time, and I know what it was like to lose. It's like being, as far as I was concerned, at the bottom of the heap, because no one ever considers a loser in a Super Bowl as having a good football team. Does that ever enter your mind, you know, as an eve of the Super Bowl?
No, it hasn't, Nick. And it did not enter my mind the first 2 Super Bowls, and it hasn't been in this Super Bowl. I mean, all along I'm thinking about what a great victory party we're going to have after the Super Bowl, and that's the only way I think about it. And Dallas has been there once before, twice before, and we'll try to make it 3 times.
The name of the game is Super Bowl. We're all playing for this year. It's called the Super Bowl ring. Franco, good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay, Nick, thank you very much, and Franco, thank you for joining us. I know a busy night on the eve of the Super Bowl. When we come back, Ike Seamans is going to ask Cowboy defensive end Harvey Martin how Dallas is going to neutralize that terrible Towel and terrible Terry Bradshaw.